Hi, this is Swati Krishna from CSC department working as an assistant professor in Anantalakshmi Engineering College. Now let us discuss about the object-oriented programming through Java subject. Regarding the subject object-oriented programming through Java, the concepts related to the object-oriented programming through Java are it provides many concepts such as inheritance, data binding, polymorphism, and encapsulation. Let us mainly discuss about the what is an object. Here, object is nothing but an which can be defined as a real world entity. The examples of an object are pen, chair, table, computer, and watch, etc. The object-oriented programming is a methodology or paradigm to design a program using many concepts such as objects, class, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation, classes, and an objects. Mainly discuss an object. Any entity that has state and behavior is known as an object. An object that can be defined as an instance of an class. A class is a collection of objects and it is an logical entity where an object can be defined as an physical entity. A class that can also be defined as an blueprint from which we can create an individual object. The next concept is inheritance. When the inheritance can be defined as an when one object acquires the properties of an another object, that is known as an inheritance. And the main use of an inheritance is it can provide the code reusability and it is used to achieve the runtime polymorphism. And the types of an inheritance are single level inheritance, multi level, hierarchical, multiple inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. In the next slides, we can deeply go for an inheritance concept. And next, concept is about polymorphism. Polymorphism, the word polymorphism can be defined by using two ways. One is poly and second one is morphism. Poly means many and morphism means forms. If one task is performed in different ways, that is known as an polymorphism. The types of polymorphisms are two types. One is runtime polymorphism and second one is compile time polymorphism. The runtime polymorphism that can be achieved through method overriding and compile time polymorphism that can be achieved through method overloading. The runtime polymorphism can be occurred at the time of an runtime, that is called as a runtime polymorphism, and the compile time polymorphism can be defined as it can be occurred during the compilation time of an program, that is called as an compile time polymorphism. Next, Next, to go for our next concept of object-oriented programming language through Java, that is called as an abstraction. Abstraction is mainly defined as an hiding the internal details and showing the functionalities, that is known as an abstraction. Consider an bike. We can see the bike only and the internal features of an bike will be hidden. That process, the internal features will be hidden. That process is called as an abstraction. And encapsulation is nothing but an binding or wrapping the code and data together into a single unit is known as an encapsulation. For the best example for an encapsulation is consider an capsule. The capsule, it is combined with different types of an medicines. That is the process of combining with the different types of an medicines is called as an encapsulation. Then mainly discuss about the inheritance concept. Okay, the inheritance is a mechanism of deriving a new class from an existing class. Here the existing class can also be called as an old class, that is also be called as an base class or super class or parent class. The new class is known as an derived class or subclass or child class. These inheritance use the properties, it allows to use the properties and behaviors of one class that is parent class, in another class that is child class. A class whose properties are inherited is known as an parent class, and the class that inherits the properties of the parent class is known as an child class. The best example for explaining the inheritance concept is nothing but an live example, that is parent to child or grandparent to parent, parent to child. Okay, it establishes a relationship between, that is called as an easy relationship, that is also be defined as an parent to child relationship. Next, suppose, let us consider if there are two classes that is named as an further class and child class, and we want to inherit the properties of the further class in the child class, then we can achieve by using the extends keyword. If we use the extends keyword by using the concept, by implementing the concept of an inheritance, the best syntax of an inheritance concept is class child extends further. Here child will act as an base class and further will act as an superclass, derived class. Base class extends derived. So we are extending the child into an parent class. That is, uh, then next calling the class, and we want to provide the functionality for the program and closing the class. This is the syntax of an inheritance. Then the types of inheritance are mainly divided into five types. One is single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. Then go for a single inheritance. In a single inheritance, is only one subclass and only one superclass. A subclass is derived from only one superclass, and it inherits the properties and behaviors of a single parent class. Sometimes it is also called as an simple inheritance. Okay, then multi-level inheritance. In multi-level inheritance, a class is derived from a class which is also derived from another class. It is also called as an multi-level inheritance. In simple words, we can say that a class has more than one parent class, that is called as an multi-level inheritance. Note that the classes must be at different levels, and there exists a single base class and single derived class but intermediate base class. This process is called as an multi-level inheritance. Then go for an hierarchical inheritance. If a number of classes are derived from single base class, that is called as an hierarchical inheritance. Then go for an hybrid inheritance. Hybrid means it consists more than one. Hybrid inheritance is a combination of two or more types of an inheritance. Okay, it is a combination of single inheritance as well as multi-level inheritance. And multiple inheritance, the Java doesn't support the multiple inheritance because it occurs as one of the type of an problem that is called as an ambiguity problem. Thank you so much.